Sexual violence is not going to stop, so we need to put the measures in place in order to make sure that we're able to respond to it.
Troubling results from a new survey by Maclean's magazine. Nearly 22% of female students have been sexually assaulted on a Canadian campus. That jumps to 30% for LGBTQ students. That information gathered from more than 23,000 undergrad responses from 81 campuses across the country. It's the first national survey of its kind in 25 years, and while universities and colleges have began to publicly acknowledge there's a problem, students have not always felt heard.
There are clear things that universities do need to do in order to have pro-survivor approaches, and often we're seeing that many of the universities don't uphold that.
But the federal government wants to force them to act, threatening to revoke funding if they're not serious enough about dealing with campus sex assaults.
It's not enough to just pass a policy, and it's not enough even to pass a good policy. We need to make sure that there's accountability measures in place to ensure that these universities actually abide by their policies.
The Trudeau government says it will invest $5.5 million over 5 years to develop a national framework to stop gender-based violence on campuses. It's something the student initiative, Our Turn, has been fighting for.
It will allow some sort of minimum standards to be upheld, because this is something that we're seeing varying from province to province.
The group also graded universities across the country on how they were dealing with sex assault on campus. The average was C-.
The policy against sexual violence at McGill received a C- or a 62% from the scorecard. Concordia University, our neighbor, received a D, which is one of the lowest scores.
Concordia University was recently rocked by allegations of sexual harassment by professors in the university's creative writing department. Those professors have been suspended from teaching duties pending the results of an investigation.
They don't really have a place right now to go to report a violation from the university.
BC, Ontario, and Quebec have all adopted laws obliging universities and colleges to have sex assault policies. For City News in Montreal, I'm Tina Teneriello.